Let's go ahead and get you started with your all-in-one custom makeup palette, 3D foundation, everything that is in one place, no matter where you get started.
Here's how to do a fully detailed step-by-step easy makeup routine to create a signature look using 3D foundation. With a smudge brush, we're going to go ahead and use that. Your custom palette should already be built and color correction is done. If you have not seen that video, to take a look there. We're going to apply the brightening highlight. The brightening highlight goes in the center of the face, the inner and outer corner of the eyes. You do not want to apply too much on the cupid's bow and then on the chin, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. That is where the brightening highlight goes. You can always mix it with one of your other highlights, but don't substitute it for anything lighter. It'll throw everything off. With your main highlight, you should have two of those, and it's to help you to balance because you fluctuate in color and not the same color all of the time. So I like to look at the chest, neck, and the bottom jawline, and then I mix those two colors in the center and then repeat the same thing on the other side, looking at the chest, neck, and the bottom jawline. And then I sometimes need a little bit more of the darker one, sometimes need a little bit more of the lighter one. And then make sure that you do apply it to the left and the right side of the forehead, but this is where the main highlight goes. Remember, the more dots you have on the face, the more product you have on your face. If you're one that has color corrected, you might want to go ahead and put a little bit of your main highlight on that to help to blend and cover that up when you get to the blending process. Now with the contour, let's take a look at contouring the forehead. Everybody's forehead is different. For example, if you have a heart shape with a widow's peak, the two biggest points are in the left and the right corner. That's where the contour would actually go. My forehead is oval shaped, so I do across the whole thing. The reason is because you don't want to make the forehead look shorter. For example, my brows and my temples are short because it's close to my hairline, so I don't put contour there. Now above the hollow of the cheek is where the contour is going to go, and then you're going to stop that contour outside of the eye line. You're going to either do the dots or you can do a line, but you want to make sure you stop outside the eye line and stay above the hollow of the cheek. When it comes to nose contour, you nose contour at the bridge of the nose, and you can either follow your brow line or you can follow your eye line where your occipital bone is. That's how you can stay right on point. I like to angle the tip, and if you have wide nostrils like I do, then I go ahead and shade the nostril areas, and you can go ahead and use your contour for lip liner as well. This is the placement for your contour. Remember, you can always go back and add, but you never want to put your products on heavy. We want to use setting spray. Use the setting spray according not just to your skin type, but according to the finish that you want. I have recommendations for ones that I use. You can spray your face or spray the brush if you're asthmatic, and you're going to start to tap and blend according to the highlights. So you want to go from light to dark. So you can start at the under eyes, you can start on the chin, you can start on the cheek, but you want to do light to dark. Make sure that you are tapping, not sliding your product. Okay, not swirling your product because it's going to make it lighter. You want to do a tapping motion and warm up and move the product to blend it all over the face and in the areas it's supposed to go. So starting from light to dark, we're just tapping using the smaller end under the eyes and the center of the face. I can move to the bigger parts of the face with the detail brush with the bigger end, and I'm just going to go ahead and tap on the product. Once I get the brightening highlight and the main highlight nice and blended together, then I will go ahead and move into the contour. Try not to look at anything right now until you have it all blended. Don't add any more product. Just blend everything out, and you can add product later, but just focus on tapping. Most people think they're blending properly and they are tapping, but when I see people blending out their makeup, they're actually sliding the makeup around on their face instead of doing a tapping, stippling motion. Now, when we get to the contour, it's a little bit different. I do a tap and slide or a tap and sweep motion to blend the contour to go backwards where I want it to go on the forehead. And then I'll move it up closer and do the same motion so that I can grab the highlight shade so that way everything looks nice and blended. So I blend it close back to the hairline, then move the brush up to grab the highlights to make sure everything has a nice blend and nicely ombre so I don't have a line of demarcation on the forehead. With the contour on the cheeks, I angle the brush to go ahead and angle upward as I'm tapping and blending. You can use setting spray at any time, spray the brush, spray your face. It's completely up to you. This is going to help you not only to blend, but it's also going to help your makeup to have better staying power and longevity and wear throughout the day. Just make sure that you're blending in the proper manner and you're not blending downward because your product is going to blend in the direction that your hand is blending in, if that makes any sense. With the contour on the nose, I already know that I'm going to go back in and add more definition. So I just do a light tap and I just tap out the contour and then don't forget to tap down the center to tap out the brightening highlight that you put on. Remember, with the brightening highlight, when you're putting it on under the eyes or down the center of the face and on the forehead and the nose, especially the chin, you don't want to pack on product. I know we see people put on triangles and angles on their face. Just don't do that because you do not need a lot of product when you're using this makeup. Now back to adding product. Remember I said do not add anything while you're blending out the base the first round? Don't, because once it's all blended, then you can go back in to see where you want to add a little bit more product. Maybe you want a little bit more brightness under the eye. Maybe you want to use a brighter under eye. At that point, you can go ahead and do that. Add a little bit more definition with the contour by using the detail brush. Remember, this product with your all-in-one custom makeup palette is buildable. You can see on my forehead how I'm putting it on and it looks darker. It's buildable, all right? And also to remember that you can always switch your brush to add definition as well, because I like to use the buff brush, for example, to get the boldness that I want because it's a fuller coverage brush. Now, with your blush, I put it on with the multitasker brush and I'm using a lighter color, which is Saint Tropez. It's way too light. It's my favorite color to use, but I never wear one blush color by itself. You were given colors that mix and match well so you can make your own combinations. Make sure that when you're putting on your blush to create lift, you're putting it on an angle just above where your contour is blended. But you can see on either side how the colors look so much better whenever you go ahead and mix and match them together. You can put dots on your face to go ahead and control it, or just tap the product with the brush and then add it to the face. Make sure that you do go under the eye after applying your blush so you don't have a line of demarcation as well. Now for the lips, using the multitasker brush in the small end, I like to go ahead and mix and match my bronzer with my contour to create a lip line, and then you just mix your lip and cheek colors and put it on. Use a lip oil to put a little bit of gloss on there. Look at your face. Make sure the neck is nice and blended. I like to go ahead and blend down, but this is what the base looks like without doing anything else. No further detailing, no eyeshadow, no nothing, and it looks really great. At this point, once you have everything on, you want to make sure that you spray it down. Be generous with your setting spray. Make sure you're using the right one and let it go ahead and dry down. Taking a look at your face to make sure the chest, the neck, and the face all blend beautifully together is the goal. If you get matched out or your colors don't work anymore, then you probably need a new match because you entered a different season for yourself. For the brows, I like to just clean my brows off, no product, no skincare, no makeup on, and then I just go fill them in using the Judy Doll Slim eyeliner, and this is in the shade brown, and I just fill them in doing hair-like strokes, and that's all I do, and just keep my brows clean it up. Now with the bright brush, which I like to use for eyeshadow, you can do a beautiful eyeshadow look and a smoky eye, just using the bronzer and buffing that on. And then I just go in with some translucent powder to set it because the bronzer is cream. It gives a really beautiful look. You can do the same thing with any lip and cheek colors and use them as eyeshadow if you want as well. I want to go in with a little bit more of the brightening highlight. I want to be a little brighter. You can go ahead and do this, adding a little bit more contour here to add detail. But I want to show you what's going to happen when I switch brushes. So the detail brush is a medium coverage brush. The buff brush is fuller coverage. I don't like full coverage anymore, but I like to use that brush for detailing, and it's really great for mature skin because it lays down the makeup really well. But I can go in and you can see how it's giving boldness and precision with that contour. So for those of you that are looking for more of the snatched look, grab that buff brush. You can also go ahead and use that brush to do your whole face with if you want to, or use it for bolder blush as well. Now it's time to go in and use a little bit of setting powder. I love this setting powder. It works really well. It comes in different colors, but the technique and how you do that with the tools makes a difference. A fluffy brush should be used for dry to normal skin, and a puff should be used for oily to combination skin. This is because using a fluffy brush deposits less product. So we're depositing less powder. We're not going to have that cakiness. It's not going to sit snug on the skin. We just need to have a little powder for control, and that's why it's used for dry to normal skin. A puff should be used for oily to combination skin. You can rub it on the back of your hand to kind of keep it light, but you want to use a puff and then press it in. You can definitely go in and bake if you're one that likes to go ahead and bake as well, but I have recommendations on the powders that you should be using and setting sprays that work really well with this cream makeup. I've been using it for over 6 years, according to the time of the recording of this video. But now bronzer. I do bronzer and illuminator after I do my setting routine with setting spray and powder. I like to go in and use a blush and bronzer brush and go and dust it on the face. I squeeze it whenever I go ahead and put it in the temple and rock it into my blush line like you saw. But bronzer is meant to just warm up the face. It's one of those final touches that just sets your makeup apart and really makes you look like you know exactly what you're doing. And it's a soft, subtle difference. It should not be bold and dramatic and just over the top. We keep it nice and elegant. Another tip that you can do if you have a bronzer that is like a little bit too bronzy or too red, mix it with your contour. And this is going to give you beautiful results. Bronzer goes across the forehead, within the temples or the blush, optional for the tip of the nose and the chin as well. Remember, when keeping a beautiful signature look, which is what was created for you, you want things to be subtle, including illuminator. The illuminator you can apply with your fingertips, gives you control. You can also use a beauty blender if you'd like, but illuminator goes right above the blush and right outside of the corner of the eye, and you can just tap that on and it gives just a beautiful glow for when light hits it. It's very soft, very elegant looking, and you can also go ahead and apply it to other places in the face because we want to reflect light in a beautiful way. The tip of the nose is optional. The Cupid's bow is optional. You have your brow bone area as well, and then the bridge of the nose are places that you can apply illuminator, and you don't have to do them all the time in the same places. Now at the very end, you want to use a finishing spray. A finishing spray is different than a setting spray. It locks everything down and makes your makeup last throughout the day. These are the steps in doing a beautiful makeup routine with your all-in-one custom palette.